The descent. Remote Indian forest day. A dense, suffocating jungle. Cicadas scream. Heat ripples in the air. A battered jeep stops near a rocky ridge. Revi, early 20s, bold, reckless, jumps out, holding a scanner. Jake, confident, thrill-seeker. And Owen, laid-back, sarcastic, follow. Revi, excited. Readings are spiking. This is it. Jake, you're telling me we drove 6 hours for toxic dirt? Revi, polychlorinated biphenyls. Nitrates. Selenium. Off scanner. This place is poisoned. Owen, yeah, very exciting. Can we go now? Revi kneels, collecting a soil sample. Revi, one core sample and we. A dark cave opening looms nearby. Jake notices. Jake, or we go down there. Revi, nope, not happening. Owen, seconded. Hard pass. Jake grins. Jake, come on. Adventure. Revi, I'm not climbing into a hole that looks like it eats people. Jake leans in closer. Jake, smiling. Deep. Dark. Unknown. Beat. Revi sighs. Revi, you're unbelievable. The last trip. Luxury estate. New Hampshire. Night. A lavish mansion. Wealth drips from every surface. David Stone, late 20s, composed but restless, stand with a drink. Enter Jake, Owen, Dirk, loud, cocky, and Matt, awkward, nervous. Jake, David Stone, look at you. Civilization suits you. Owen, barely. Dirk, Miss Nepal, man. You would have cried. David, smiling faintly. I doubt that. Jake leans in. Jake, we're throwing you a bachelor trip. David, no strippers. Owen, he's evolved. Dirk, disappointing. Jake, not strippers. Something better. Jake, Kundi, we're going caving. David, no. Jake, not tourist caves. Real ones. Dirk, 3 miles deep. Owen, unmapped. Jake, India. Beat. David hesitates, then smirks. David, all right. The group cheers. Shankali Caverns. India Day. A massive, ancient cave system carved into stone. The group stands with Sarah, Strong, Sharp, David's ex, and Coffee, local guide. Coffee, this cave is not for ordinary men. Dirk, here we go. Coffee, many enter. Few return. Owen, tourism speech. Coffee, dead serious. No, silence. Matt fidgets. Matt, you hate boogs. Mun. They gear up. Shankali Cave descent day. Ropes drop into darkness. One by one, they rappel down. The light fades. Silence grows. Lower cavern later. They land. Dark. Massive. Alien. Owen, we're officially in hell. Sarah, relax. David watches her. Old tension. Suddenly, rumble. The ground shakes. A violent cave-in seals the entrance above. Dust. Screams. Silence. Dirk, tell me that didn't just happen. Coffee. Quietly. We are trapped. Cave. Later. Flashlights scan jagged rock. Matt, we'll dig out, right? No one answers. Jake, there's another route. There has to be. They split into search teams. Narrow passage. Same time. Matt walks alone. Dripping water echoes. Something moves in the dark. Matt, hello. Silence. Then, a wet, skittering sound. Matt turns. Scream cuts off. Main cavern later. The group regroups. No Matt. Sarah, where's he? Owen, he just want to take a leak. Jake checks a tracker device. Jake, got him. They follow the signal. Lower tunnel. Moments later. They find Matt's body. Torn apart. Strange, symmetrical wounds. Dirk, what the hell did that? Revi, those aren't rocks. Owen, then what? Silence. Then, a faint skittering echoes in the darkness. Not one. Many. Close on. The wall. Something slides beneath the rock surface. Alive. Watching. Back to group. Sarah, we're not alone down here. Jake, everyone stays together. Another skitter. Closer. Louder. Dirk, we need to move. Now. Deep in the darkness. A massive shadow shifts. Segmented. Endless. Hungry. Shankali Cave. Deep tunnels. Night. Pitch black. Only headlamps cut through the suffocating darkness. The group moves fast, shaken, breathing hard. David, Sarah, Jake, Owen, Dirk, Matt dead left behind. Coffee. A distant skittering echoes. Not random. Rhythmic. Hunting. Narrow rock corridor continuous. The walls tighten. Everyone squeezes through. Dirk, I swear to God, something's following us. Owen, don't say that. Sarah, he's right. Beat. Listen. They stop. Silence. Then, SKRRRRRTT. Something fast darts across the wall. Too fast to see clearly. Many legs. Small chamber. Moments later, they stumble into a chamber. Breathing heavily. Jake, we regroup here. Coffee shines his light across the walls. And freezes. Coffee. No. The walls are covered in thick, black resin. Organic. Pulsing. Owen, what is that? Sarah steps closer. Touches it. It twitches. She recoils. Sarah, it's alive. Sound, a low, wet chittering. All lights swing toward a tunnel opening. Darkness. Something is inside. Watching. Hive entrance, continuous. A low rumble. Then, it emerges. A massive centipede. At least 15 feet long. Segmented armor. Glossy black. Dozens of twitching legs. Its head rises. Mandibles clicking. Dripping venom. Eyes reflect the light. Cold. Predatory. Alien. Group frozen. No one breathes. Dirk. Whisper. That's not real. The creature screeches. A high-pitched, bone-rattling shriek. Everyone screams. Chaos erupts. Jake. Run. Hive tunnels, continuous. They sprint. The centipede slams through rock behind them. Fast. Too fast. It climbs walls. Ceilings. Everywhere. Owen trips. Falls hard. Owen. Wait. The creature lunges. Jake grabs Owen. Pulls him up. They run. Split tunnel. Moments later. Two paths. No time. Jake. Split up. Move. Sarah. No. Too late. They scatter. Side tunnel continuous. Coffee runs alone. Panicking. Coffee. No. The walls tremble. Behind him, a second centipede emerges. Smaller. Still deadly. Coffee turns. Too late. It strikes. Mandibles pierce his chest. He screams. Dragged into darkness. Crunch. Silence. Steep descent. Continuous. David. Owen. Sarah. Sliding down loose rock. Owen. I can't. Something wraps around his leg. A centipede coils upward. Owen screams. David. Hold on. David grabs him, but the creature pulls hard. Owen. Don't let go. Their hands slip. Owen is yanked down into a swarm of smaller centipedes. They cover him. A living carpet. His screams. Gurgling. Then gone. Sarah. Horrified. Sarah. We can't fight that. David. We don't. We survive. Hive core. Later. The survivors regroup. David, Sarah, Jake, Dirk. Barely holding it together. They enter and freeze. The hive. A massive cavern. Walls coated in pulsing organic material. Thousands of EGS. Some already hatching. Tiny centipedes crawl everywhere. Dirk. Oh hell no. Jake. This is their nest. Sarah. We're in the center of it. Sound. A deeper, heavier rumble. The ground shakes. Bigger than before. The queen emerges. From the darkness. A monstrous centipede. 30+ feet long. Thicker. Slower. Terrifying presence. Its body covered in scars. Its head rises, towering over them. It screeches. The entire cave responds. Duck snaps. Dirk. I'm not dying like this. He fires a flare gun. Hits the queen. It screeches. Enraged. The queen strikes. Faster than thought. Grabs Dirk in its mandibles. Lifts him. He screams. Dirk. Help me. Crunch. Blood sprays. His body drops. Broken. Full panic. Jake. Move. They run through the hive. Crushing eggs. Swarming larvae spill out. Climbing over everything. Exit tunnel. Continuous. Narrow. Upward slope. Hope. Behind them. The queen and swarm give chase. They reach a tight passage. Barely crawl space. David. In there. They squeeze inside. Creatures slam against the entrance, trying to force in, mandibles snapping inches away. Sarah screams. Jake pulls her through. They collapse inside. The tunnel too small for the queen, but not for the smaller ones. Darkness. Heavy breathing. Distant skittering continues. They're not safe. Narrow escape tunnel, night. Total darkness. 3 beams of light cut through dust. David, Sarah, Jake, breathing ragged, covered in blood, not all theirs. Behind them, faint skittering, still following. Tight crawl space, continuous. They crawl single file. Stone scrapes skin. The space shrinks. Sarah, panicking. It's closing in. Jake, keep moving. David, don't stop. Whatever you do, don't stop. A faint click echoes behind them. Closer. Small pocket chamber, moments later. They spill into a cramped chamber. Collapse. Silence for a moment. Then, Jake laughs. Unstable. Jake, losing it. This is insane. This is actually insane. Sarah. Jake, stop. Jake, we came here for fun. Beat. Fun. David, steady but cracking. David, we're getting out. Jake, how? Through the army of nightmare insects? Sarah, we find another way. There's always another way. Jake looks at David. Jake, you still believe that? Beat. David doesn't answer. Passage leti. They move again. Slow now. Lights flicker. The tunnel opens into abandoned storage chamber, continuous. Concrete walls. Rusted metal drums. Old equipment. Man-made. Relief washes over them. Sarah, oh my God, we made it. Jake, not yet. David inspects a barrel. Reads faded warning symbols. David, toxic waste. Sarah, the dump site. Jake kicks a container. It cracks. A thick chemical ooze spills out. It sizzles on the ground. Sound skittering. Above, they look up. The ceiling is alive. Small centipedes crawling through cracks. Watching. Waiting. Storage room, later. They search. Find. Old mining charges. Rusted detonator. Ropes. Broken radio. Jake. Hopeful. We blow a path out. David. Or bury ourselves alive. Sarah. It's the only chance we have. Tension builds. Jake. To David. You're awfully calm. David. Someone has to be. Jake. No, you're different. Steps closer. You were never like this. Sarah watches, uneasy. Jake Kundi. You used to take risks. Now you calculate. You hesitate. David. That's called growing up. Jake. No, that's called being afraid. Sarah steps in. Sarah. Enough. This isn't helping. Jake. No, this is exactly the problem. To Sarah. He changed. To David. You changed. Beat. Jake Kundi. And now we're all going to die because of it. David snaps. David. People are already dead. Jake. Silence. David Kundi. And if we don't think, we join them. Sound. A body drops. Behind them. They spin. A half-eaten corpse falls from a ceiling crack. Fresh. Still twitching. Sarah screams. Jake. They're hurting us. Realization. David. They're not random. They're driving us. Jake. Into what? Sound. Deep rumble. The queen. Getting closer. Panic returns. Sarah. We have to move now. David. No. This is where we make our stand. Jake. You want to fight that? David. No. Beat. We collapse the tunnel. Escape plan. David lays it out. Use mining charges. Funnel creatures into narrow passage. Detonate collapse. Block hive access. Escape through secondary shaft. Jake. Or we blow ourselves up. David. Then we do it carefully. Betrayal bruise. Jake quietly pockets the detonator. No one notices. Tunnel choke point, later. Charges placed. Wires connected. Dark. Silent. Too silent. Sarah. Were they? Jake. Waiting. Sudden attack. Swarm bursts through cracks. Small centipedes flood the tunnel. Climbing legs, arms, faces. Sarah screams. David pulls them off. Jake stands back. Watching. David notices. David. Jake, help. Jake hesitates. Too long. Sarah. Jake. Jake finally moves. But the moment is broken. Trust shattered. Aftermath. They survive. Barely. Sarah is shaken. Looks at Jake. Different now. Confrontation. Sarah. You hesitated. Jake. I didn't. Sarah. You did. David watches. Sees it. Understands. Final betrayal. As David moves to check the charges, Jake steps behind him, raises a rock, ready to strike. Sarah. Jake, don't. Jake. Low, broken. If he's wrong, we die. Beat. If I'm right, I live. David turns. Sees him. Silence. Choice. Jake can't do it. Drops the rock. Breaks. Jake. I don't want to die here. Sound. The Queen returns. A massive impact shakes the tunnel. Dust rains. SCRECH echoes. Closer than ever. David. Positions. Jake grabs detonator. Hands shaking. Sarah readies flare. The tunnel darkens. The Queen's silhouette fills the far end. Legs scraping rock. Mandibles snapping. Swarm behind her. Final moment. Jake. Whispers. Tell me when. David. Wait. 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 The Queen lunges. Filling the tunnel. Final escape. An explosive ending. Tunnel choke point continuous. Blackness. Then, the Queen bursts forward. A wall of chitin and claws. The tunnel trembles. David. Now. Jake. Hands shaking. He slams the detonator. Click. Nothing. Jake. No, no, no. Hits it again. Click, boom. Explosion. A violent blast rips through the tunnel. Rock collapses. Fire and debris surge forward. The Queen is engulfed. A deafening SCRECH. Silence. Dust fills the air. Rubble seals the passage. Aftermath. David, Sarah, and Jake lie scattered. Alive. Barely. Sarah. Is it over? David listens. Nothing. No esquitering. No movement. David. Quiet. We bought time. Secondary shaft. Later. A steep vertical climb. Rusted metal ladder. Bolted into stone. Faint light from above. Hope. Jake. That's our way out. Climb sequence. They ascend slowly. Exhausted. Injured. Every rung a struggle. Midway up. Jake slips. His hand bloody. He dangles. David. Hold on. David grabs him. Straining. Jake. Just let me go. David. Not happening. Jake. You can't save everyone. Beat. You never could. Sarah. Jake, stop. Jake. Breaking. Jake. I left him. Beat. Owen. Silence. Jake. Kundi. I could have helped him. I didn't. Looks at David. I froze. David. We all did. Jake. No. Soft. You didn't. A sound below. Faint. Distant. Skittering. All three freeze. Dust falls from above. The ladder vibrates. Sarah. It's not over. Below, darkness moves. A massive shadow shifts beneath the rubble. Something survived. The Queen returns. Wounded. Enraged. Climbing. Fussed. Panic. David. Climb. They scramble upward. The Queen ascends the shaft. Legs piercing stone. Closing distance fast. Halfway. The ladder groans. Loose. Unstable. David. Realization. Too much weight. Too slow. Hero's sacrifice setup. David. Go. Sarah. No. David. Go. He looks at Jake. A silent understanding. David. Kundi. Get her out. Jake. No, we do this together. David. That's not how this ends. David kicks the ladder support. The lower section breaks. Jake and Sarah are above the break. David drops. Landing hard. Now alone. Between them and the Queen. Sarah screams. Sarah. David. David. On the ground. He stands. Injured. But steady. The Queen rises before him. Towering. Final showdown. David grabs. A flare. Lights it. Red fire ignites the darkness. David. Come on. The Queen strikes. David dodges. Barely. Throws the flare. It sticks to the creature's face. It screeches. Thrashing. Above, Sarah and Jake climb. Tears streaming. They keep going. No choice. Below, final sacrifice. David sees. A crack in the wall. Gas leaking from broken barrels below. He smiles. David. Softly. Worth it. He ignites a second flare. Waits. The Queen lunges. David throws the flare into the gas. Massive explosion. A firestorm erupts. The shaft shudders. Flames roar upward. The Queen's SCRECH is cut off. Everything collapses. Shankali Caverns Day. The ground erupts. Rock collapses inward. Dust cloud rises into the sky. Silence follows. Moments latte. A hand emerges from the rubble. Jake pulls himself out. Then, Sarah. They collapse on the ground. Alive. Barely. Long silence. Wind moves through the trees. Birds return. Sarah. Whisper. He did it. Jake. Yeah. Beat. He saved us. Rescue teams arrive, distant. Voices. Bariclas. But neither of them moves. Sarah looks back at the cave. Something shifts beneath the rubble. Barely noticeable. A faint skitter. Close on Sarah. She hears it. Freezes.